Now, since the dawn of NXT 2.0, we've seen some new faces burst onto the scene. One of those stars who is shining ever so brightly is yet another Aussie. He's a superstar that is killing it in the WWE. Xyon Quinn, he's the first Brisbane export that we've got there in the WWE, and he joins me now. First off, Matt, welcome to SEN, and how are you going?
Hey, mate. Pleasure to be here. I've been going. Everything's whirlwind right now. My head's just crazy. Everything's been happening lately, but I'm happy, mate. And in the end, that's what matters, right?
All right, now
living the dream.
I can't do this interview anymore without mentioning this week's edition of NXT because, and if anyone that's listening out there right now on SEN or maybe watching this on YouTube, do yourself a favor, catch it on KO. Do whatever you need to do to catch up, but you have to see Xyon Quinn with the performance of a lifetime. It is Shawn Michaels legendary-esque. Some moves that would even make the Heartbreak Kid go, oh man, I better step back. But Matt, how many people have reached out to you after that stellar performance with Robert Stone in there?
Yeah, countless. I've had a lot of people hit me up about it. It was a lot of fun, mate, to be able to do that. You know, I always say it, like last night, I was in front, millions of viewers watching and whatnot, and so many things going around in my head. And, I was out there just having fun. Just singing along and dancing and throwing someone around and getting paid for it. So that's a pretty good day for me.
Hey man, we were at home loving life as well too, because first off, you look like you're having a ball. And secondly, you got to kick the absolute snot out of Robert Stone as well, which is something that a lot of us want to do. So it's a double whammy for us.
Yeah, mate, it was really fun. Just putting people's smiles on people's faces has just always been my passion, mate. And I hopefully continue to do that.
Now, for those that might not know, and especially our non-league listeners or anyone that's listening down south, you had a very long and successful NRL career. It is incredibly hard to make it as a professional footballer, but you did that at the top level. Not only that, you did that at some marquee clubs like the Raiders, the Dragons, and the Broncos. So now you've transitioned into a life in the WWE. Did your footy background help you sort of make that switch from winger to wrestler?
Oh, 100%. I was just talking about this the other day. So it's just it's real funny how my timetable and stuff like that from my previous life, but work with rugby, just transitioned. It just made a smooth transition from that to wrestling, because the main things that changed were, instead of going to the field, you're going to the ring. Obviously, you learn how to talk in front of the camera. So we have that. We've got acting classes. You have an acting coach that flies in from LA. Top of the line. Just you work one-on-one with them. And you learn how to keep the followers engaged and the audience engaged. You learn how to speak. So I've not only been growing inside the ring, but out of it as well. It's this whole thing has been a blessing for me, mate. All the sacrifices that all the hard times that I've gone through, and all the hard yards, and all the missing family at home, missing my KFC chips. I'm over here now. I'm happy. I'm extremely happy. But it's hard when you kind of like haven't seen your family for a while because of this virus that this whole virus situation. But at the end of the day, it helps me too, because I know I don't want to waste any time over here, not even 1 second, because I want to get straight to work, do what I can, and do the best as I can. So right now it's a really exciting time for me. This show NXT 2.0 has just started like a month ago, and it's just been up from there, mate. I've just been trying to show this side of Xyon Quinn and show different sides of me as a person. So the fans are loving it right now. So I'm happy with that, mate. And as I said, putting smiles on people's faces is what I love to do, and to get paid for it is unreal.
Oh, 100%. You are definitely doing that. But look, after seeing what you can do in the ring, now you can be honest with me here. Has Kevy Walters picked up the phone and said, hey, do you want to come back to Brisbane and help us out a little bit?
As much as I love Bronx and love home, I'm happy right now, mate. I prefer to watch it on the screens. But as NRL goes, I've been definitely watching a lot more since I came here. So my whole my whole passion for the sport just went back, and it's something that I missed. I felt like I got too comfortable playing rugby. I'd played it ever since I was in like, you know, I was on TV screens when, you know, when school was happening, and it was just like, it was different for me. I kind of didn't have that middle life, like that life when you just finish school,
Yeah.
and actually go and work, and actually, you know what I mean. I never had that. That wasn't there. So it was crazy. I went from here to there, kind of thing, and it was like it was just really cool to sit down and have time with myself, and think about my solution of what I can do. You know, I got too comfortable. It became a revolving wheel, and I felt like I was getting asked the same questions. People would say the same things to me. I'd be doing the same thing every day. So I needed a change, and I felt like, you know, that's the opportunity that WWE gave to me, to be part of a brand that's so known worldwide. Is crazy. It's a blessing, and every second, every time, you know, I walk around still pinching myself. You see see Road Dogg walking around, Triple H, Shawn Michael. You just see all these Undertaker, John Cena, The Rock. This is where it all began. This is where it all started, and to be part of that is just amazing in itself. So I just feel very blessed, mate, and just doing what I do, and hopefully you guys keep seeing me on the screens.
Well, speaking of seeing on the screens, that was one of the things that, like, I mean, last year was a tough year for a lot of people, but I remember, you know, wrestling was one of those things that sort of got a lot of people through. It was the one thing that kept going, and we're very grateful that the WWE didn't really shut down, and it kept us all in touch with, you know, some semblance of normality. And I remember turning on an episode of SmackDown and seeing you nose to nose, face to face with Sheamus. Now, Sheamus is a big drink of water, man. He's done everything from being a multi-time world champion. He's even a former king of the ring. And I know you came up short against him, but you are literally like, he's not small. You're toe to toe with that big dude. And how was that experience for you, man? Because you're on SmackDown.
Yeah, mate, it was phenomenal. I'd only been wrestling for about a year and 4 months, I think, when I did that. So that was crazy. It normally takes about 3 years to learn the basics of everything. So I've only just hit 3 years. So I'm pretty happy where I am right now. But as for that moment, I can't wait for the rematch. There's going to be a rematch, and this Xyon Quinn is yeah, he's got 8 wins in a row, mate. He's undefeated. So I can't wait for that.
Man, I cannot wait for that one either. And we have seen you strut your stuff like in NXT 2.0 and 205 Live. You've also been dominating there. But is there anyone else on the Raw and SmackDown side of things you'd like to maybe tangle with? I know that Sheamus, he's got a receipt coming, but sure, there's got to be some other dudes that you'd love to get inside the squared circle with.
Oh, mate, it's one of those things. It's one of those things, but you got to just keep watching the screens. You got to see what I come up with, and what I do, and all these storylines that I do. So my whole motivation is John Wick, John Claude Van Damme, Kickboxer, Bloodsport Days, 300, Killmonger. I've kind of mixed a lot of different people into one. That's where Xyon Quinn was formed, but it's just my personality that's underneath it as well. So right now they're pretty happy with what I've come up with in this little ball of different, you know, ideas. So I just got to keep doing what I'm doing, mate. Keep my feet on the ground, and take it one step at a time, and hopefully, you know, things just keep working.
Now, we talk about how you're flying the flag for Australia, and there's no secret that there's a bunch of Aussies in the WWE at the moment, but there is another Aussie that has been turning a few heads, also on 205 Live and on NXT, a bloke by the name of Grayson Waller. Now, he's a superstar on the rise as well, but he's a Sydney guy. And we all know how fired up these New South Wales people get when it comes going head to head with a Queenslander. So what do we need to do to see a state of origin match? You two, state versus state, mate versus mate. That's what I want to see.
No, he's a great bloke. We do have a bit of that. He loves the Roosters, so he'll talk the Roosters up all day. And it's really funny. I got some of the clothes, you know, the shorts and whatnot sent from them. So I'll wear it around in front of him, and he's like, "Where'd you get those?" You know what I mean? So it's like it's cool, mate. No, probably one day that might happen. But yeah, mate, he's doing great. We got Indy Hartwell. We got you know, we've got Duke Hudson. Rhea Ripley is killing it. You know, I'm just happy and proud of like where Australia is at with the you know, with the WWE scene, like the way we've all, you know, come together and like we all help each other, look after each other, kind of thing. It's we all look after each other, like look out for each other. But yeah, mate, it's just all the way that this has happened, and all the positive, you know, vibes that we've got for back home, and all this constantly, you know, I've got like people that have hit me up that you know, didn't really believe in me before, and now they're like apologize and sending me a whole novel. This, and it's actually really sweet, and it's real nice to read. And you know, I don't like to be the dude that's like, yeah, shame on you, like sucked in, blah blah blah. I'm not that dude. To be honest, I'd rather thank them, because if it wasn't for those people, I wouldn't be here. It's why I do things, and because I just hate getting told that you can't do something, and that's what pushed me. And now I'm living on the other side of the planet, mate, and living the dream, walking around, you know, stars like this. And last night I'm singing "Sexy Boy" by Shawn Michaels. Like, come on, man! And I'm throwing someone around and getting paid for it. Like, come on! Like, that's a great day in the office.
Oh man, you are not wrong there. But man, Xyon Quinn, look, it's been an absolute pleasure to chat to you, man. And I can tell you right now, we are absolutely so proud of your success, and for you, the sky's the limit. And so glad to see Aussies doing well. And here back home, we are really wishing for the day that you can come back to our shores and do what you do in front of our crowds and some packed Aussie members of the WWE universe. Cannot wait, man. But all the best. Thank you so much for taking some time out to chat to us here on SEN, and look forward to seeing what else you do on NXT 2.0 and on 205.
Such a pleasure, mate. Anytime.